Hello, good morning. Today is the 30th of April, the last day of April, and we continue our meditations on this subject, on the subject of grace during this time of quarantine here in France. And I would like to read in the first letter of Peter, chapter 5, verse 10. And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. We saw yesterday on the 29th that God had given us a power that would give us everything we need to live a good life, to live a holy life. Everything we need was given by God. Everything we need to love, to forgive, to have peace and hope. Everything we need, it's been given by God. So just before he said that in the first letter, in the first epistle, he's saying he's the God of all grace. What does it mean that he's the God of all grace? He's going to explain to us what it means that he's the God of all grace. It's all to do with the job, the work that he has that's going to do towards us, for us. Everything that he's going to do for us is actually in the world where we cannot actually do. These are the things that we cannot do ourselves. We can bake a cake, you can travel, you can buy a car, you can buy a house, but there are things that you cannot do. So you are dependent on God's grace. I remind you that Peter is writing this letter to people who were strangers in the land where they were, because they were scattered throughout the Roman Empire in those days, especially in Asia Minor. They were scattered because of persecution. So they had to leave their houses, they had to leave their jobs, and they were strangers in the land. But in a way, we are all strangers, aren't we? We are foreigners here. Well, I am a foreigner here in France because I'm Brazilian, though I have the French nationality as well now. But we are all foreigners in this world. We don't belong here. We're not going to stay here forever. And I think this crisis that we are going through, it's reminding us of how fragile we are, and in need of grace. So God, what is God going to do? What is this God of all grace going to do for us? He's going to restore us, he says. Because just before he said that for a while they will have to go, they are going through this time of persecution, of tribulation. And he said that it's just for a little while. It is for a little while, isn't it? Because life is so short. I used to be young and handsome. Now I'm just handsome. Not young anymore. Time is flying. I've been in France for 21 years. It seems that I arrived here yesterday. Life is so short that our troubles will be short as well. But he's saying, in his grace, he is going to restore us. He's going to make you strong. He's going to make you firm and steadfast. And the word here comes from to put a foundation. He's the one who gives us the right foundation, the foundation of our faith, the foundation of the love that we have in our lives. It is given by God. God gave us the foundation. And now it's like, as I said yesterday, he gave us the legs and the energy and the strength, and now we can walk. And the Christian life is completely, totally dependent on God's action, on the action of his grace towards us in Jesus Christ, it says. All the time, your whole life will be in Christ, and you'll be dependent on God's grace to live. Every time you try by yourself, you realize you know what's going to happen every time you do it by yourself. You need to depend on God's grace. You haven't got a choice, have you? Because look at you. An invisible thing, it can destroy us, can destroy our economy. We're talking about recession here in France today on the radio. We are in recession. Other countries will be as well. We don't control anything. A virus that came out of nowhere, out of China, we know, has just destroyed the world economy. who we are. Who are we? We are nobody without God. So God, the God of all grace, is here to restore us, to make us strong through this time of tribulation, to make us firm and steadfast. So let us trust in him and trust in his grace.